Hello and welcome to the Galloping Gurus, your home for daily horse racing analysis, race previews and expert insights. If you enjoy our content, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss an update. Or for even more in-depth analysis, join the Galloping Gurus membership club at gallopinggurus.com, where you'll receive our exclusive race analysis before the markets even open, giving you access to our thoughts ahead of the day's racing. It's all about getting that value, and if you get it the day before, then you'll certainly be getting exactly that. Ciao, ciao. Hiya, mate.
Hiya.
How you doing? All good?
Yeah, not bad, Jay.
Yeah, not too bad. Fresh after the four-timer. Plenty of people very happy, which is fantastic. And yeah, all in all, it was a very good day. It was quite exciting, really.
Yeah, certainly was. Yeah, it's a rare one where I think we were relatively confident going in with the selections that day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think obviously once we got past the first three, and the Williams horse was odds on, you kind of felt that it was all over by the shouting, didn't you? It was,
and I mean, I know documenting was by far the biggest price of them, but it was a strange one where I think we both felt if things went his way,
yeah,
he probably would just win.
he'd have a very good chance. And when he was there stalking the pace in fourth, and like you said, the race kind of split apart. A lot of horses were caught back quite far, weren't they? And I was thinking to myself, he's in absolute A1 position. And then it was the Linda Perrott horse he had to beat, and I thought, well, there's zero chance he won't beat that, because that is a Class 6 horse, simple as, and should just go past, and sure enough he did. So it was good.
Yeah, good for him to get a win at 13 as well. He was unlucky at Newbury, and good for him to get one on the board. He's been a really good horse throughout the years, hasn't he?
Absolutely fantastic. I've had loads of good days with him. No question. Brilliant horse. Lovely.
Yeah, and to be still competitive off a mark in the 70s at 13 is no mean feat, is it?
No, it's certainly not, mate. And absolutely brilliant, mate. So, yeah. There we go. Okie dokie. Well, on to today's. And where are we going? We're going to. Well, I don't know what you've got, but I mean, we could go to Lingfield first, but I must say I've got basically nothing. The 5 o'clock is only extremely small, and only if it was a good price. It's forecast to be 9-2, and I've said that Forker Tamau might have a small chance dropping in grade after running in 2 Class 5s, and in particular the run behind Double Red over this course and distance in a 0-75 in 5th, only beaten 2 3/4 lengths. He's into a 0-60, and he could have a say, but you would have to be price sensitive. He's forecast to be 9-2. I'd want bigger than that personally, but a very small play if he was 9-2 or above, and I mean small. It's definitely not. It's not confident pick, but I like grade droppers, and he might be able to fall in. Also, the jockey is pretty weak. I've talked about him a couple of times recently. But he's a £7 claimer, and he's learning. It's not me being horrible. It's just the way it is at the moment, and hopefully he steps forward. But he has got the likes of a Shane Murphy and them in the race, Kieran Schumacher, and that can cause him enough problems. But I am not jumping up and down about the race at all. I don't know if you had anything prior to that at Lingfield. Just gone straight to the 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have anything at Lingfield. Full
No.
stop there, but smallish fields, and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
made it unappetizing, really, for me.
Yeah. It did. It wasn't particularly exciting, that's for sure. Okay, so we're off from Lingfield. Certainly won't be going there. Should we go to Windsor?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Windsor. I've got nothing to talk about until the 6:55. So if you've got something prior to that, then we'll do it.
Well, I don't necessarily have a horse I think will win, but in the 6:25, the nursery, it's a bit of a shame here, really, because Magic Effort running in a nursery for the first time. I would have been slightly interested in him off a mark of 81. Mainly, I mean, I saw him at Newmarket first time out, and he was a good-looking early season 2-year-old, really.
Yeah.
Um, and bounced out, knew his job, made all. But second time out, when he ran at Goodwood, he was beat by Pashada, who obviously since has he ended up winning the Group 3 at Goodwood the other day. So no, not bad there. Kentucky Rain was in second, which then won Beverley sort of maiden and ran in a listed race at Deauville, finishing fourth. So certainly didn't disgrace himself. And Fast Track was actually third, which, I mean, he's been pretty good ever since then as well. He's running good race at Goodwood. I think it's a conditions race at the Glorious Meet, and only getting mowed down late on there when sent off 100 to 30, and then ran in the listed race at Newbury. Was it yesterday, Friday, and was only beaten by Angels Lane. So placed in a listed race. Bearing in mind they were the 3 horses that beat Magic Effort. Like you certainly couldn't be crabbing him for that run.
No.
And he was giving them weight as well. I mean, it was only £2, but needless to say, that won't have enhanced his chances. So on that run, I thought a mark of 81 was probably fair. My worry is that the fact I think he's quite a fast horse would be probably looking to make the run in, and Black Velvet Boy came out the gates like a bat out of hell at Beverley last time. I mean, he was drawn wide and he cleared the field to get to the front quite easily. I couldn't quite believe how quickly he was out.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought the two of them could possibly take each other on and ruin it, maybe for both of them or certainly for one of them. So I wouldn't back anything in the race because of that.
Yeah.
It's a shame, really. If one of them wasn't in there, I think the other one would have
Pretty good chance.
Yeah. But if you fancy a front runner and you've got another front runner there as well, it's very off-putting. So just interested in Magic Effort, maybe next time, maybe not this time.
Yeah. Cheek pieces on for the first time for her as well. So, she's obviously that's a difference for her and could bring out a little bit of improvement for her. So
Yeah, and her sire was a really quick all-weather horse. He used to sort of blitz around Lingfield. So unusual, really. Unusual that he is actually a sire, because that was generally his happiest hunting ground. But yeah, a little bit of interest. I'll be watching. I won't be having a bet.
Yeah.
Because obviously interesting when John and Sean Quinn do bring one down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they've come to see the castle, put it that way.
No, they certainly haven't. I was rather upset the other day when they brought one down to Epsom and I got chinned.
I tell you what, and they got chinned with their other runner as well, didn't they?
Did they really? Yeah.
Yeah, they brought both of them down and both of them got chinned, so
wow.
They'll be hoping for a better experience this time.
Yeah, absolutely. Okie dokie. All right, so we're on to the 655. I've written a little spiel out for a few of them, really.
Good race.
Good race, difficult enough to solely pick one out personally, but what I have said is Raymond Doe clearly is the one that, as a 3-year-old, has the most potential for improvement. But I never seem to get Oliver Cole right, and he's forecast to be 11-4. I've said Under the Twilight was second of 26 for us last time out at Goodwood, beaten just a neck, and he was third in this race. She was third in this race last year off a mark of 86, beaten a neck there too, so she's following the same path as last year, forecast to be 13-2. Le Quinto is in form and has the services of the returning Ross Ryan, much to all our excitement. His course and distance stats read 17 runs, 6 wins, 4 places, so is probably a contender. I don't know what you came up with in there, mate, but there was a few in there of some sort of interest. I thought that they were horses that had a little bit of a chance.
Yeah. I thought it was hard to, like you said, hard to come down on one, really. I could give chances to Raymond right there, right now. Waistcoat, or that I dislike Waistcoat because I've never backed him when he's won, really, and he's collared me a couple of times. So, but obviously he's got a chance. Under the Twilight, I mean, I couldn't even rule out Bucker Bay.
No,
I've quite literally named 5 horses there without Le Quinto, who again has a chance at the course. And
yeah, tough race.
I think if you're looking at a race thinking there's 6 possibles, it's time to move on. So not one for me.
No,
Good race, though. Good race.
Exactly. That's why I wrote a few bits about it, really. But yeah, okay, we're on to. I've got nothing till the last race, then the 755. I don't know if you've got anything.
No.
725. Okay.
So,
I've written a little spiel here, and I've said Pashala is dropping in grade and going back up to the 12 furlongs, the only distance she's won over, having ran 3 times over 10 furlongs most recently and twice in Class 5s. He might go well with Kieran Fallon. She might go well with Kieran Fallon on, and £2 below her last winning mark, and in Class 6, forecast to be 10s. And I've said Salico caught my eye a little bit last time out over 10 furlongs here at Windsor, not getting the best of runs through and having dropped £14 since last August and having shown a bit for the first time in a while. She might go well with Marquand booked also at a reasonable price, forecast of 7s. That's what I've said about that race.
yeah, could be on the money there. Not the best race, so you'd certainly say Pashala running in it must have a chance. At least she's capable of winning a race, and I think she was second with Kieran Fallon, wasn't she, at Yarmouth after our win?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he did ride her that day. Yeah, so it's interesting he takes a ride again. The Perrots did have a winner at Newbury Saturday with a novice horse.
Welcome winner, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, certainly was. They weren't running overly well up till then, but they don't really have a lot of runners, so it's always hard to get exactly a gauge on whether they're in form or not. Looking at their results generally, it's pretty easy to say they're not in form. But yeah, I think she'll have a chance here. And like you said, Salico, a little bit interesting, down in grade. Obviously, ahead of it that day was San Zanetti that we put up.
Yeah,
and the last leg of our 4-timer. So I think the front 4 that day were a little way clear, but it was quite. The front 4 were all decent. So finishing 6th there, not a clear run.
Yeah.
By no means terrible, certainly in the context of this race.
Yeah. And it was prices, wasn't it? I mean, really, I'm looking there and I'm thinking, all right, well, not too bad, 7s and 10s. I mean, like,
Yeah,
if you wanted to have a play in the race and they were those sort of prices, if you had a couple of pound on each one, you might get a little bit of a result. That's what we're trying to do, is look for horses that have better chances than their odds suggest there. So,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I think if Trojan Truth actually backed his ideas up and came out the stalls on terms, I'd be very keen on him. But every single time he misses a break by 5, 10 lengths, and I mean, quite obviously, you're not going to win many races doing that.
no.
And frustrating horse, because he's got more ability than his mark would sort of tell you, but he
Yeah,
just handicaps himself, doesn't he?
yeah, he does, mate. Yeah.
I mean, I'd if you told me he was going to come out on terms, I'd think he'd have a good chance, but he's not going to come out on terms, and then you're going to think for the whole race, is that going to cost him?
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, it does cost him. So
Yeah, not 3-1.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, 3-1 about a horse you know is going to miss a break by like 5 or 10.
Yeah.
That's not the way to finding too many winners and making
Yeah.
any sort of profit. So
No, that's for sure. Okie dokie. Well, if we go over then on to Wolverhampton, I've got a little bit of something to say, I suppose, about the 5-10. Really not that strong tomorrow, on anything in particular. But
no, I'd have to agree with you.
yeah,
I'm very similar.
yeah,
I think this is quite a good race and quite a competitive race.
yeah, it is. I mean, I've got a spiel written down here, mate, and there's 3 to talk about. And
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
said Espinita has a 100% record here over course and distance, 2 from 2, and having run some underwhelming races prior to her win, the headgear first time looked to have a positive effect as she won fairly well. If it works as well this time, she should be competitive of a £3 higher mark from a good draw to be reasonably prominent. Forecast to be 5s. I've said So Sassy also won fairly well last time out, particularly as she was 3 wide for a large percentage of the race, and that's not normally the route to the winner's enclosure. She has a £4 penalty, but the yard are in good form, and she has a good draw that should hopefully prevent her being 3 wide again. She's forecast to be 9-2. Ziggy's Queen won the Fillies and Mares trial handicap class 2 off 73 back in February from draw 10, coming from last to first off a slow pace. I think she prefers the all-weather, and seeing as she's back on it after 5 turf runs and now rated 67, if she ran a decent race, even from her poor draw, it wouldn't surprise a forecast price of 14s. I mean, I could chuck others in there. We did like Dream Illusion last time out, but I was a little bit disappointed with her run that day, weren't you?
I was more than a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, and it didn't look as though it didn't exactly look as though she was making up wasn't making any ground. In fact, she was going backwards at the end of the race. So yeah, but there are others in there that wouldn't surprise me
Well,
if they fell in. Put it that way.
yeah, I mean, I would add to that Amelia's Joy.
Yeah,
I think she would have a bit of a chance. I was confusing myself there. She's run at the track twice. She's won at the track twice.
yeah,
She's in pretty good form anyway.
yeah,
She's drawn well, so I'd certainly throw her in the mix.
yeah,
Like you said, very hard to be confident about anything. I quite like So Sassy, but again, it's a race where there's sort of 3 or 4 in there, so
yeah.
um,
Difficult.
yeah, impossible to come down on one for me.
Yeah.
If I was tipping, I don't really know. I'd go for, to be honest. Amelia's Joy, I'd take a chance on because of the course record, but you know, if she finished third, she may well have run equally as well as when she won. So
yeah, it's difficult. For me, it's difficult to come down on one, like you say. So
yeah, you don't expect fillies races to be that competitive, do you?
no, you don't, mate. But clearly, there's a want for 7 furlong races on the Tapeta, I guess, because they're all landing here, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
So there we go. All right, there's the assessment on that race. I've got nothing then until the 8:10 last race, and
Yeah, there was just very quickly the nursery, the 6:10. I thought that was quite a competitive race again. This Menthal or Menhau of Owen Burrows seems to be sort of fancied every time it runs. It's finished 7th of 10 when it was sent off odds on at Newbury, 5th of 12 sent off 6-5 at Nottingham, and then 11-2 last time at Sandown.
wow,
When dropping to the 5, which so I couldn't see that helping its chances.
no,
Running off 73, I'm not sure that marks like particularly generous. Cheap pieces on first time might help it, but considering it's been fancied every start, it's not really shown enough to make you probably want to go in at what I suspect will be a short price again.
yeah,
But I just saw it last time at Sandown, and I just thought it was interesting that it just seems to be fancied every start.
yeah. It's
It's
funny,
not.
funny one. I've just noticed Danny Tudhope riding for Adam Kirby. Wow.
Yeah, that is interesting because that horse again ran well first time, dropped to the 5 last time, but certainly didn't suit it.
Tongue tie on first
And
time.
now, yeah, I mean, back up to the 6. Very interesting, like you say.
Yeah.
Especially with the jockey booking. I've not seen Danny ride for him.
No, me neither.
So, yeah, just an interesting little nursery for a couple of reasons there. And again, competitive. Yeah, watching brief for sure. Yeah, for me as well. There's like I don't like that Menhau particularly, I must admit, but I just don't. I'm struggling to see why he's fancied every time he runs.
Yeah, he must be doing stuff at home that he's not doing on the track at the moment. But that doesn't mean to say that he won't all of a sudden do it on the track, would it? So
Nah, but equally, it doesn't mean that suddenly now he's in handicaps he will do it.
no,
So it's
I wouldn't pay to
quite
take the chance.
interesting. Exactly. Yeah, you'd rather go with what you see and know as opposed to what you hear.
Yeah, 100. Absolutely, yeah. Okay, all right. So we're off to the I'm 8:10.
Yeah.
I've really once again I've just written some stuff down about it. Really, I've said that Prince Calypso and James Choice looked to have obvious chances after a good run by both, and I struggled to split them really. They're receiving weight for age and could have improvement in them. Then I saw Pace Attack, a Prescott handicap debutant, up £4 with 3 entries. For me, makes it impossible to play the race, and I'll be watching to see how they go. That's all I've said about it. I do find that as soon as I see a Prescott horse in there having run over inadequate trips, and the next minute you know it's up 4 furlongs, first time in a handicap, I just chuck the race away really, because I just can't see any point in it. You can't play it and you can't play against it. That's kind of how I see those races. But I don't know if you've got a different view on the race.
Well, I wouldn't be scared to play it with the Prescott in, but I would be scared to play it because I think there's about 4 chances.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you didn't even mention Optician at the top, who I wouldn't necessarily rule out.
No.
And Sigliosa, first run for Dan Horsford.
Yeah.
Stable, capable of getting one ready. First time for them. So, add those 2 into the mix.
Yeah.
Add the ones you spoke about. And we've got an almost impossible race.
Exactly. Yeah, an optician's got a very good course and distance record. So I mean, it's one of
Yeah,
them.
yeah. It was a bit of a shame really, because if it wasn't quite so competitive, I would have liked optician there, but yeah, disappointing really. Um, so yeah, nothing strong in that race. I did just have in the 740 just one
Oh yeah.
a chancy one really, and this will probably run terribly, but I just thought it was interesting considering we've basically got nothing like we strongly fancy. Mr. McGregor of Michael Molyneux's.
Yeah.
Just thought it had a tiny chance. It's finished second at Wolves here a couple of times. Run badly here a couple of times as well. So I'm not saying that every time he turns up here he brings his A game. But
No.
I mean the last 2 runs wouldn't encourage you too much. He's only beat 3 horses in his last 2 runs. But obviously it is a poor race. And the fact that the Sousa was booked just caught my eye a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's not one where I'm thinking, I think this can go in.
No.
It's just one where I was looking and I thought, well, that's unusual. And another thing to sort of damn the old Mr. McGregor is it's 28 runs and 0 wins. So
I don't think you're telling anybody to play it.
no, I'm not. I'm certainly not saying back Mr. McGregor. But if I am watching the race, then I'll watch the race to see how he runs, because I think he could. Yeah. I think there's a small chance he could run into a place.
Yeah.
But when you're going through all of this, occasionally there are things that just sort of catch your eye that you think, well, that's interesting. I wouldn't back it, but I'd be interested to see what happens. And that was one of those.
Exactly. And I think that's quite an important thing, really. As we do this for a living, we ultimately take interests in races without playing them. And I think it's important to be able to do that. If you go and play in every single race you see that you think that something's interesting, you will go to the poorhouse. It's as simple as that. So you have to be able to be interested in races without playing them. And sometimes they'll win and sometimes they won't. You just have to accept it, don't you, Max? It's just how it is.
Yeah, that's right. And quite a good thing is if you've not had a bet and you are interested in a certain race, just watch the race and see if there's anything a little bit unlucky in the run or that takes your eye, and you can note it down for next time. And that can be a way of using a race to your advantage, really. Okay. You don't have a bet in it or win that or win that time, but it can certainly lead to future winners if there's one that catches your eye that you think, well, that was interesting. Next time, should it get certain conditions, or if it goes 3 wide and runs well, or even if there's a jockey you think is mediocre, then you think, well, next time if someone else rides that, I think it would have a chance. That can be useful. Yeah.
Grade droppers, things like that. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing that I look for in races is horses that are dropping in grade that have ran well in higher grade races last time, or 2 starts back or something. When the conditions change, that's what I'm quite often looking for. But yeah, okay, all right then, lovely jubbly. Okay, so that just about wraps everything up for today. Thanks for listening to today's analysis. If you found it useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you never miss our daily race previews. For our exclusive early analysis before the markets open, visit gallopinggurus.com and become a member today. We mostly rely on people's kindness to donate for our hard work, so if you feel like you got something out of our analysis or out of our content, please don't hesitate to go to the gallopinggurus.com website and hit that donate button. No matter how big or small, we appreciate your support. Be lucky, everyone. Enjoy the racing, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao for now.